Hey guys, Jared here, and today we're going to find out if getting a higher refresh rate display is something that you should consider paying extra for when buying a laptop. Most laptop displays typically come at 60Hz, which essentially translates to being able to display 60 frames per second. Many laptops offer you the choice to pay more to upgrade the panel to a higher refresh rate, such as 75Hz, 100Hz, or 120Hz, just as a few examples. But is it worth it? First, let's start with an example. This laptop here is the MetaBox P650 HP-G. I recently did a full review on it if you're interested. While the base model comes with a 60Hz screen, you can optionally pay a couple $100s to upgrade to a 120Hz screen, which is what this model here has. I didn't actually know it had a 120Hz screen when I received it, as I only have it temporarily for review purposes, and I didn't choose the hardware. Within the first 5 minutes in Windows, just opening folders and installing programs, I noticed that something was different. Everything just seemed smoother and felt nicer. Upon checking the display adapter settings, I found that the display was running at 120Hz. Cool. Prior to this, I had not used a panel over 60Hz, so I was definitely keen to test this out. After installing some games and beginning to play, I wasn't noticing much difference. This was because the games I was playing with very high settings were only just reaching the 60 frames per second mark. The graphics card simply wasn't powerful enough to push any higher and actually take advantage of the high refresh rate panel in most of my tests. Now, some games did get to around 100 FPS, and I did lower the graphics settings in some of the others to push them further, but I think this goes to show that if you actually want to be able to reach those high frame rates with high settings, you'll need an equally powerful graphics card along with your high refresh rate display. In this case, the graphics card is an NVIDIA 1060, which while I think performs great, is just not up to the task of running these games at max settings consistently at 120 FPS. If you want to play on high settings and get those high refresh rates for ultimate smoothness, I'd suggest looking at a 1070 at the minimum. Otherwise, as mentioned, you can play on lower settings to achieve the necessary frame rates to get that smooth awesomeness. Yeah, obviously, I hear you say, but is it actually worth it in a laptop? That depends largely on you. Do you care about higher FPS? If you're happily gaming along at 60 FPS and have no issues, then by all means save your money and keep enjoying what you have. Upgrading to a new laptop purely for a higher screen refresh rate can be quite expensive and is therefore hard to recommend unless you know you need it. On the other hand, if you've got the extra money to spend on a higher tier graphics card and higher refresh rate panel and want some of that extra smoothness, then this is definitely something that you should check out. I'd only really suggest getting the higher refresh rate on a laptop panel itself if you'll be doing the majority of your gaming through that display. For instance, if you're going to be gaming mostly at home, it may make more sense for you to buy a larger monitor with a high refresh rate to plug into the laptop and play from there. Do you really need the high FPS panel wherever you go? Hopefully you can see why this depends on you and your needs. So make sure you think about these things before buying. It's also worth mentioning that simply having a higher refresh rate doesn't stop other issues like screen tearing. To help resolve that, you'd need to look into something else, like NVIDIA's G-Sync. If you're interested in that, check out my Is G-Sync in a Laptop Worth It video. I'll leave a link in the description. Unfortunately, my camera can't record more than 60 frames per second, and YouTube doesn't currently support video above this either, so I'm not able to demonstrate the differences in this video. It's really something you need to see for yourself. If you haven't tried a panel with a higher refresh rate, I'd suggest trying it first, if possible, before buying. If one of your friends has one, or if there's one in a store that you can test out, do that and see if you notice a difference. Although I did notice a difference on first use, it was only after I went back to 60Hz that I was truly able to appreciate the higher frame rates. Is it worth the extra money? Again, that largely depends on you. However, if you do have the money for the higher refresh rate panel, an adequately powerful graphics card, and will actually make use of the laptop panel for gaming rather than an external monitor, then yeah, go for it. It does look really nice. So what do you guys think about higher refresh rate displays? Would you get one in your laptop? Be sure to let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and leave a like on the video if you found it useful. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for future tech videos like this one.